face and her arms. And I do like to start with the Payne's Blue Gray for the shadowing, so that is what I'm doing first. I'm just noticing where all the shadows are in the reference photo. That is one nice thing about this particular photo, is the lighting really lends to finding those shadow spots. And because of the tilt of the head, you have this dark spot on the jawline, and then it's light underneath, and so I want to make sure to leave that effect. And then it's, you know, she's got some shadow here under her neck. And then I'll need to decide, it looks like I'm not going to add a flower, or might add a flower with collage. Let's see. So I'm just noticing all the spots on her that have shadow, and that's what I'm trying to capture right now. And I'm just noticing also where the shadows are on the fingers. And I will most likely go back in and add some pencil to help pick that up a little bit more. We'll see. I only did an ear on one side, but that's okay. And let's see, her nose is also pretty much in shadow, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to look at my reference card because I've got a lot of colors on there and see what do I want to do next. Probably I'm going to do the red iron oxide next and get some color in her skin. So I was using a 4 and I went and got a 1 just because her face is so tiny that I think I want to use a smaller brush. So at this point I start to take a little bit of liberty in where I put the color. So I used the reference photo for the shadows, and now I'm going to add the color to her where I want it. And so I'm going to put some on her lips. And her eyelids, and I'm going to carry that down onto her cheekbone there and a little bit down the side of her face. And on the other side as well. And also around the nostrils and like just barely the top tip of the nose. It's super delicate. Earlobe, put a little bit in her forehead. And I'm going to bring some of that color down into her neck. I work really, really light so that I can go back in and add more. And build up the color. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit on her shoulders. And I laid down some water here first, and then I put a little dollop of watercolor right there, and I like how it bled out a little bit and leaves a red mark, and I'm going to leave that. I just like how that looks, so I'm going to leave that. And so that's an example of where, you know, trying to go with what happens as you're painting. Do you get any happy accidents? Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. All right, so let's see. I don't think I like this elbow thing here. So if there's something you don't like, go back and add water to it, and it will soften it, and you can lift it, or maybe you like it better. I liked that a little bit better after I added some more water to it. Ouch, my cat just joined me and is pawing at my back. Okay, so let's see, what other colors do I want? I like the teal, the cobalt teal, and there is kind of some blue in this image, so I'm going to go ahead and play with that a little bit. I love how, as you know, you add more color, it brings it more and more to life. And I just like to lay the color down and then come back in with with water and just push it around a little bit. And I'm switching to my 4 because the 1 is just too small for the body. And I'm going to put some blue in her hair because I want her hair to be that kind of blue-gray that we were working on. So this one here. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that Payne's blue-gray with my teal and make her hair a little bit darker. But with some of that teal in it. And I'm blotting it because it was a little too much, more than I wanted. So I'm blotting it while it's still wet. And I think I like this watermelon next, or caramel. If you have been painting along with me for a while, you know that I like to use absorbent ground for my white highlights. Since I've got some of these pastels, I've been interested in this caramel color a little bit more, so I think I may do that one. And I'm going to put this a little bit on her forehead and cheek areas, and I'm going to go in and for right now I'm going to add water to it and blend it a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty. And I'm going to do that on her shoulders as well. Maybe a little bit there under her neck. I like a bit of drama, so I really like the dark and the light together. So what I'm doing now is just going back and forth to create some depth, either with color or with lighting or shadow. And it's really how am I feeling? What's it saying to me? What does it want? What does the painting want next? I'm trying to line the hair up on both sides so that it's a little bit more even. It was kind of uneven. And make her eyebrows a little bit darker. This is little work. I'm used to working a bit bigger, so it's a good challenge to work a little bit smaller. Okay. So I want to get some, I'm going to make her hair just a little bit darker, but I want to get some pinker cheeks on her. And turn your paper where it works for you, so you can drag your brush the right direction. Okay, so now I think I want to do some of this watermelon. Put some of that on her. You can also, if you've got these gelatos, you can also put it on another piece of paper and use that paper like your color palette, your watercolor palette, and scoop it up. I'll show you in just a sec. So let's see. So I have this watermelon right here, and you can just get it wet right here, and it's lifting off onto my brush, and then I can put that over here. Because it's kind of a chunky stick to have to try to put in a small space. So you can do it that way. as well. Let's see, I'm going to look at her fingertips a little bit on the big screen because they kind of come down. And I'm going to put some pink on her here too. Okay, so I think I'm going to let this dry and then we're going to work on our collage.